You say you're too busy. Let me hit you with the truth Seneca would have carved into your soul. You are not busy. You are undisciplined. You wake up already exhausted by the idea of your own day. The alarm goes off, and the first thing you reach for is your phone. 30 seconds later, you're doom scrolling through other people's lives while your own sits there, untouched. By the time you finally crawl out of bed, the morning is already leaking away. You tell yourself you'll get to it later. You always do. Later becomes evening. Evening becomes, I'm too tired, and another day vanishes. You're not alone in this illusion. Walk into any office, any cafe, any family dinner, and you'll hear the same chorus. I'm slammed. I'm swamped. I've got no time. People wear the phrase like a medal. Busyness has become the modern currency of importance. If you're not rushing, you're irrelevant. Yet the same people who claim they have no time will spend 45 minutes choosing a Netflix show, another hour arguing with strangers online, and an entire lunch break watching short videos of cats. They will attend meetings that could have been emails, answer Slack messages at 11 p.m., and then complain that life is moving too fast. This is not a schedule problem. This is a character problem. 2,000 years ago, Lucius Annaeus Seneca watched the same disease ravage the Roman elite. Men who controlled empires still whined that life was too short. In his letter on the Shortness of Life, Seneca refused to accept the excuse. He wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." He saw men chasing honors, chasing pleasure, chasing novelty, anything except the one thing that actually mattered, the disciplined use of their own hours. Seneca wasn't a monk in a cave. He was a senator, a playwright, an advisor to Nero. He knew power, wealth, and pressure, yet he still found time to write, to study, to reflect, and to die with dignity when the emperor finally ordered him to. He did not do it by being busier. He did it by refusing to let chaos dictate his days. The Stoic principle is brutally simple. Time is the only resource you cannot borrow, beg, or buy back. Every other loss can be recovered, money, reputation, even health to some degree, but a wasted hour is gone forever. Seneca understood that the feeling of busyness is usually just the noise of an undisciplined mind. When you have no clear hierarchy of values, every trivial demand feels urgent. Notifications become emergencies. Other people's priorities become your priorities. You say yes to everything because you lack the courage to say no to anything. And then you look up at 11 p.m. and wonder where the day went. That is not being busy. That is being scattered. Here is the harsh truth no one wants to hear. Your lack of focus is a choice. The same 24 hours that Seneca had, that Marcus Aurelius had while running an empire at war, that every great mind in history has ever had. You have them too. The difference is not the clock. The difference is the discipline. You have time. You simply refuse to protect it. You have time to read the book that could change your life, but you choose Instagram. You have time to train your body, but you choose the couch. You have time to sit with your children without a screen in your hand, but you choose to catch up on emails. You have time to build the business, the relationship, the character you claim you want, but you keep trading it for cheap dopamine hits that leave you emptier than before. And then you lie to yourself and call it being busy. Seneca called this self-deception the most shameful kind of theft, stealing from your own future. Every time you say, "I don't have time," you are actually saying, "I refuse to make time." And refusal is a decision. It is an act of indiscipline dressed up as victimhood. So what does discipline actually look like? Not the motivational poster version, the real, gritty, stoic version. First, audit your life like a Roman accountant who knows he will be executed if the books don't balance. For one full week, write down exactly how you spend every hour, not approximately, exactly. You will be disgusted. You will discover that the meetings you blame are only half the story. The other half is mindless consumption, unnecessary worry, and the refusal to choose. Seneca did this every night. He reviewed his day as if he were on trial before the gods. Do the same. Brutal honesty is the first requirement of freedom. Second, decide what matters and defend it with violence. Stoicism is not gentle. The Stoics understood that if you do not guard your time like a fortress, the barbarians of distraction will storm the gates every single day. Choose your highest value: writing, family, health, learning, building, and make it non-negotiable. Everything else is negotiable. Say no to the coffee that turns into 2 hours of gossip. Say no to the quick call that becomes a 30-minute complaint session. Say no early. Say no often. Say no without apology. The undisciplined mind fears being disliked. The Stoic mind fears wasting its life. Third, use the morning like a weapon. Seneca rose before the city stirred. He used the quiet hours when the mind is still sharp and the world has not yet begun its assault. You do not need to wake at 4 a.m. to be disciplined, but you do need to wake with intention. The first hour of your day belongs to you and to no one else. Guard it. Use it for the work that moves your life forward, not for the noise that moves everyone else's. Fourth, practice Memento Mori, not as a morbid slogan, but as a daily operating system. You are going to die. You do not know when. Every scroll, every delay, every "I'll start Monday" is a small death you are choosing. Seneca wrote his letters as if each one might be his last. Write your days the same way. When you feel the urge to waste an hour, ask yourself, if this were my final day, would I spend it like this? The answer will sting. Good, let it sting you into action. Fifth, build friction against your vices and remove it from your virtues. Make the bad choices difficult and the good choices automatic. Delete the apps that steal your attention. Put your phone in another room while you work. Schedule your deep work like a meeting with the emperor. Cancel everything else before you cancel that. The undisciplined man waits for motivation. The Stoic builds systems that make discipline the default. Sixth, accept that discomfort is the price of a life well lived. Discipline is not comfortable. It never will be. But neither is the slow regret of a life half-lived. You will feel the resistance when you sit down to write instead of scroll. You will feel the boredom when you choose a walk instead of another episode. Feel it and keep going. Seneca did not become Seneca by doing what felt good in the moment. He became Seneca by doing what was right in the moment, every single moment. Finally, measure your life not by how full your calendar is, but by how present you are in the moments that remain. Busyness is a cheap substitute for meaning. Discipline is the path to it. When you stop letting the world set your agenda and start setting your own, something extraordinary happens. Time seems to expand. The same 24 hours suddenly feel abundant, because they are no longer leaking through 1,000 small holes of indiscipline. So here is the final strike, the one that should wake you up tonight and every night after. You are not running out of time. You are running out of excuses. The life you keep saying you want is not waiting for you to become less busy. Oh, it is waiting for you to become more disciplined. Seneca is watching. The Stoics are watching. Your future self is watching. And every single wasted hour is a vote against the person you claim you want to become. Stop saying you're busy. Start proving you're disciplined, because the clock doesn't care about your feelings. It only counts the hours you choose to steal back. Choose now, before another day slips through the fingers of your undisciplined hands.